What up?
What's going on?
Welcome back to the LonelyMans. What's up, man? Guys,
Just a lonely man out here.
yeah, we got one of the loneliest men I know personally. We got Jason Brendel on the podcast. What up, Jason? How you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Oh, you know, I'm on another day in paradise, on top of the fucking world.
Crossing place, living the dream.
Yeah, living the dream. Holly's back in town. What up, Holly?
I am back in town. What up, Ben?
She's also known by HJ as those in the know. And it's not because of her initials. You know what I'm saying? What? Okay.
What?
It took me a minute to get that. I was like, that's a cool nickname. Wait.
I should use that.
Wait a second.
HJ.
2 weeks later.
Yeah.
Dry HJ. No. Just
Yeah.
kidding.
So,
How many hands do I use?
yeah, no, we're hanging back. I don't know why we were all sitting up close.
double-
Yeah, I don't know what's this.
Everyone's all like crouched. Nah,
Hi.
we hang back. Feel free to check us out on LonelyMans Patreon /LonelyMans for the nitty gritty. But we can come hang out on this episode. So what's good, Jason? What's new in your world, man?
Oh man, I tell you what, it's been a hell of a couple of years.
A couple of years.
Couple of years, dude.
It sounds like you're like I'm gonna get a job as a computer programmer, and it's been a couple of years. You got real computer programmer energy.
I'm not at that low level, honestly. I'm doing all right.
Okay.
It's very up and down. Like I'll have weeks where I'm doing a lot of comedy, and then I just like need to take a week break because I'm like, this is just too much right now.
Yeah, comedy has a way of sucking the soul
does.
out through your penis. You know what I mean? Right
Dude,
through your urethra. It's like comedy's like the catheter of life sometimes. It just really it really is painful.
Especially when you're doing open mics in Austin. Like like I'm like 10 months in, right? So like I'm not established or anything. And
Oh, you're only 10 months in? I don't know why I thought you were further than that.
You've only been doing comedy
Oh, you're
overall
like a
for
couple
10
of years
months?
in.
yeah.
Oh,
Like
shit, okay.
consistently. So like I mostly do open mics here and like mostly at the Creek and the Cave, and those make me want to shoot myself.
Oh
like,
God! Yeah, no.
Yeah.
If you're gonna pick one open mic or one, yeah, you get it.
It's not the one. It's not ideal.
These are words.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I see you're also struggling for word usage today.
One
I
of
should
those
go
days.
get my thesaurus I just bought.
Just have it open. You should have that on every episode.
She bought a physical thesaurus.
I was
know
in
What?
I was in this fancy bookstore in San Francisco, and I was like, "Oh my God, I need to buy something. I feel so dumb." I was like, "I don't know what any of these authors are. I don't know any of this literature," and I just panicked and just bought a thesaurus.
I'm gonna learn words.
I'm gonna learn me some words today.
I'm
I'm from Texas. I'm gonna learn me some new words tonight.
I just wanted to
You
know
like
at one point she's like, no, the internet does not have enough options for thesaurus. I need
was
the
like-
physical thing.
I
There's
was
no
like, I
such thing as
could Google all these
thesaurus.com.
words, but then you got the targeted ads, and you got the subscribe to our newsletter, and this thing doesn't have any of that, so I think it's a win.
Sometimes I used to just read the dictionary.
You just read the dictionary?
Yeah, I would just read the dictionary
All right.
because I like pain. So
No, that sounds very painful. I take it back, Holly. You are now no longer the biggest nerd we've
Do you
had
have
on
do you
here.
have a favorite word?
I like bombastic.
Bombastic.
It means like pretentious for the sake of being pretentious. So knowing knowing the word itself makes you bombastic.
Bombastic.
Do you know what words? I used to love words
kind
that
of Italian.
end in O-U-S. That was like my favorite thing. So I would just like rattle off words that end in O-U-S. 'cause I
What's
thought it
that
was so
song by Citizen Kane? Fuck.
cool. Citizen Kane. Isn't that a movie, Citizen Kane?
No, Citizen Cope.
Are you
That's the
thinking
guy
of
I'm
Citizen
thinking.
Cope? I was
Yeah.
like,
Yes.
wait.
Do you know which song? Do you know which song I'm talking about?
I mean, I know
Bullet
a lot
in the
of
Target?
Citizen Cope, but
What
I
you
don't.
No.
done is put
It's like
your-
he just
Oh, no.
repeats like words with the same ending for like 3 minutes straight, but it's still a good song.
Have you ever heard of a Papoose when he does the alphabet rhyme? So he just like he'll be like A, automatic awesomeness over, like he just like
No.
says everything with A, but he's like dropping bars,
Yeah.
and then it'll be like B, and it'll be like bombastic bitches blowing like he just
Yeah.
like goes like
That sounds
this.
like the game I played in the car when I was like 7 on the way to like family
it does.
vacations.
He should go through the whole dictionary. I wonder how long that would take him.
Read a whole dictionary.
No, it has to rhyme like every word in the dictionary, start to finish.
Oh my god, yeah. Use the thesaurus. You know, he just
Yeah.
have one open on the other
Hey,
end.
$6 well spent.
Is that how much a thesaurus costs nowadays?
Yeah. That's what it's causing in San Francisco, where everything is just
Yeah.
stupidly overpriced.
No, San Francisco
Oh, yeah.
is the most expensive city in the United States. It passed New York.
Except if you go to those like bootleg, like I was on like such a sketchy street in San Francisco, and there was all these like just stolen jewelry markets where people just set up shit on blankets, and they're just like, hey mommy, you like this, you like you want perfume, you want this, and I was just like, get
Just
away from
random
me.
shit.
Holly was just confused. Like, why are they calling me mommy? They're Asian.
No, it was like it was like, hey, you like Ciroc? And I was like,
Ciroc.
no, I guess.
You like Ciroc in this rock? You got
want
jewel
some
out
rock?
of vodka and give it to
He
you.
was just actually selling me crack. You want some rock? Ciroc?
Yo, Ciroc is
so dumb.
Did you guys ever go through a Ciroc phase?
Maybe in like college. I don't even know. I would just drink whatever was.
I went through the
available.
high school Smirnoff flavored phase.
Oh yeah.
Where you'd buy like raspberry vodka and like stick it up your butt or whatever.
That's the only way to get drunk.
I just like thought
Yeah.
about it when you said that.
I know it brings back.
Boofing? Holly was
Yes,
It brings back a
yes,
lot of
Boofing
pain.
Smirnoff. Wow, those were the days.
Smirnoff.
That's how you start, you know.
Mine was Bacardi and Polar Ice. It was like plain Bacardi or like the raspberry one. There was a mango one too, I think.
Man, can
Yeah,
you
it's
just
all-
imagine
it's all
getting-
bad.
Getting drunk, just boofing like Mike's Hard Lemonades.
Just moving something that's like really low alcohol. If you boofed a non-alcoholic beer, because like there's really
Boofing O'Doul's.
small traces of alcohol in there, you could probably get a buzz.
I don't know duels.
Maybe.
No, like those Heineken Zeros or something
Oh my
like
gosh.
that. If you drink if you boofed a whole case of them,
How many would you have? Would you be like shitting out beer at that point?
I don't want to know what happened to your body. I think your intestines might explode. Something weird would happen. Your butthole might fall out.
I wonder if you like boofed like what would be like the best? It's got to be like Everclear, right? You just-
Oh
my-
Jesus!
you'd die.
You just you'd
You
be
just-
done.
you'd probably just instantly have alcohol.
You got to start with
poisoning.
O'Doul's and then work your way up.
work your
Just
way
like
up through a duel.
boofing like one White Claw, maybe.
Ben and I were talking yesterday, Holly. Tell us what you think. That people should be allowed to challenge someone to a duel again, and then they should also be able to challenge someone to an O-duels.
I challenge you to a duel.
Challenge you to an O'Doul.
Which is where you just take out an O-duels and try to beat someone with it.
You have to like shotgun an O'Doul's.
Yeah.
You just get
You
bloated.
just
that's
drink
it.
as many O-duels as you can until you.
There's a Renaissance fair coming up. They probably have duels
probably
there.
have O'Doul's.
They have O'Doul's. I feel like if you're drinking O'Doul's, I feel like you have a bigger problem than like a regular alcoholic.
Well, if
Yeah.
you're drinking O'Doul's at a Renaissance fair, now you have a lot of problems.
Yeah.
Listen, if you're sober at a Renaissance fair, that's your real problem.
I think if you're at a Renaissance fair, that's
Being wasted at a Renaissance fair sounds so fun.
it's the best. Who would
Just
go
eating
sober?
like a giant deer, like turkey legs. Just
oh, it's
Hi.
okay.
Yeah, calling people wenches.
oh, I thought I went
A
into
daddy
pirate
wench.
mode.
There's but like if you're drinking, like if you have an alcohol problem and you're like trying to stop, but like if you love alcohol so much, like you're just like, I love beer, like I'm gonna drink this non-alcoholic beer just because I love regular beer so much.
I wonder if you can like feel drunk from like the placebo effect.
I think it's like half of it's like the nostalgia. It's just like the act of drinking it brings you back to
And then you
happier
listen
times.
to old '90s music while you're
Yeah.
drinking your own.
Like, now I have a family and my life sucks. Like,
Just remember your days. I feel like anyone who's going through that is definitely listened to like before '90s. Or listen to like ZZ Top and Led Zeppelin once you get to that point. You've have to been drinking for a while.
yeah, just crying in the shower listening to Creed.
3 doors down.
Hold me now.
All those butt rock bands that all sounded the same.
Yeah. It's like, what are they?
You mean my dad and uncle's camping playlist? Have some respect. Whenever I hear those songs, I'm like, why am I suddenly 4 years old again, parked at a gas station outside of a hotel?
Don't leave me here again.
You went camping in a hotel.
Those are
leaving
two
for
different
cigarettes.
trips. I am still on. I don't know. I still haven't recovered from that flight.
How long was the flight?
3 hours.
All right, get the fuck
We don't need you here.
3-hour flights. That's the one that's like. There are some flights that I would hate to make. Like, I'd love to go to Australia, but a 17-hour
17-hour.
flight.
Yeah.
You could
It's-
fuck that noise.
It's not that bad. You just sleep most of it.
Is okay. Did you went to Australia and took the
Yeah.
17-hour flight? Mm-hmm. Did you have to eat any kangaroos or what?
I
Just right when you
actually
get
did
there.
eat kangaroo, but not on the plane. But they actually give you real food on Australian flights, and they give you blankets, and they give you like. And
Is
you
there
have,
like more room?
their
or is it
planes are
just-
huge. They're just huge, and then like.
There's nothing in it, just like the real Australia.
Are there spiders in the plane?
I think I took a red eye, honestly, because I flew from Boston to, I think I flew from Boston to San Francisco, and then San Francisco to Sydney. And I'm pretty sure I took like a really late night flight, and I gave me like a blanket, and I slept awkwardly.
They should give you Xanax if you.
Yeah,
go on
they
one of those
should.
flights.
Did you, when you got there, was it night or
there.
daytime when you got there?
Oh my god, I don't remember. All I remember is like my emotions were really fucked up because like your sleep is just so off. So I was just
You have
walking
emotions?
through an airport, just crying for no reason. It's like, what is happening right now?
You saw the toilet spin the other way.
I'm just like,
I'm so tired. I'm sad.
And then I like left my laptop in the bag, and they're like, "You're supposed to take this out before you put your bag on the line." I'm like, "I'm sorry." I'm just like sobbing. And then I almost missed my
man.
other flight because I had to go from Sydney. I had to go to another little island because that's where my orientation was. It was on this island called Cairns.
Orientation. What was that for?
Cans.
Yeah, it was like
That were the-
study. It was like the study abroad bullshit.
Oh, gotcha.
Isn't that where the film
Typical
festival is?
white girl stuff.
Cannes?
Oh, yeah. Cairns.
The Cannes Film Festival?
People say Cairns,
Is that like
but it's
is that an adult film
Cairns.
festival?
Oh, no, that's the AVNs. We already know that.
I mean, Cannes would be a good name for an adult film festival.
No, it's spelled Cairns, not cans like cans.
Oh,
CA.
no. But yeah. Oh, can't.
Jeez, there's so many extra letters.
Yeah, I was
so
just said, like,
unnecessary.
Well, that's how they pronounce it. I'm just being a douchebag. It's Cairns, but in Australia it's
You
Cairns.
just show up and everyone's just waiting to call the police on you. You're just like, everyone's just asking to speak your manager everywhere.
It was-
Is that-
so many Karens here.
There's so many Cannes.
So many hers.
Man, you're trying to take a trip to the down under, right?
Yeah, if they would let me in,
Where are you trying to go?
that'd be nice. Auckland, New Zealand. That's where I'm
Oh
trying
wow!
to
Auckland, New Zealand.
Why New Zealand?
go. I got a girl there that I
Oh.
met 4 years ago on Instagram, and I still haven't seen.
Sounds promising.
Yeah, right. It's really going well.
You met her on Instagram.
Yeah, I was.
Who DM'd who first?
She actually slid into my DMs. Amazingly, I know.
Oh, is that the Kiwi joke?
Yeah, that was a Kiwi joke we were making.
We've
Yeah.
Caught on. We told her that she was going to
We've
get
come
dropped.
full circle.
Yeah. So wait a second. So she slid into your DMs for you. How did she slide into your DMs?
She just read one of my poems and was like, "Oh, I like your poem or whatever," something like that.
Oh shit.
And then, so we just started talking, and she was married at the time, and she was living in Austria, and so we would just like talk every once in a while, whatever. And then like 2 years ago, she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be leaving Instagram," and for some reason, I checked my Instagram that day, and she was like, "If anyone wants to get in contact with me, send me your email, your phone number." And like, I hovered over it for a second. I was like, "Yeah, sure." So I sent it to her, and then that was actually like 3 years ago, and didn't hear from her. Like I texted her, didn't hear from her for a while. It wasn't until like months later on Snapchat that she like responded to me, and then we started talking like every day, and just kept talking and talking. And I was like, cool, like I really like you, so I'm gonna go out to New Zealand and see what's good. And then the pandemic hit.
Oh no.
Yeah. So this was like, I bought a ticket in February of.
Oh, so
20
you were like ready to go see
Yeah,
her.
I bought the ticket and everything. It was like, bought it in February. Pandemic hits in March, and I was gonna go in like April or May. I think I was gonna go May for my birthday. So couldn't go. And so we just kept talking because we're like, oh, like this will probably end,
I mean, how long could this possibly last?
yeah. It's like
affect the world.
it's just like a little flu. Like it's just like some people in China. We'll be good. So yeah, we just kept talking and figured I could delay it. And it just kept getting delayed. But then we just kept talking, getting closer and closer, and we just kind of helped each other through, the pandemic and the hard times. And
Distant love.
yeah, so we fell in love, and we just like. We've tried everything, we've tried like a regular relationship, open relationship. We tried not talking. We're like, we need to give this up. Like, it's just never,
You
it's
still
just clearly
haven't,
not
you
happening.
haven't met in person. That's
Yeah.
crazy to fall in love with
It
someone
is,
you haven't
it's
met.
bananas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about if you like talk to her and you just like hate being around.
What if she just like smelled really bad?
that's
We talk about that. She's like, because I hate onions, so she always jokes that I smell like onions. She's like, you're gonna smell like onions. I know it. So she she always says that. Like, if I smell like onions, I would have killed myself by now. But we'll see.
What would be, so here's the question. So if you met her, what would be like, after all this time, what would be a deal breaker? What would you be like, fuck, I can't do this? What would
That's a
you
good
have?
question.
What would be the deal breaker? Like, what, like an annoying laugh, like annoying voice?
No.
Fuck,
Gets on plane immediately.
I can't do this. I'm fucking out.
If she drinks O'Doul's.
She's really into Renaissance
Yeah.
culture.
She's just really big into like cosplay. She just dresses up as like a fairy every day.
Honestly, like at this point, there's nothing I could really think of that would ruin it. Because like when you talk to someone for that long and all you have is each other's personality, like you have to love them for their personality. And like it's like a backwards working relationship. So it's like you actually have to love the person first. Because like a normal relationship starts and you usually like start with physical stuff, you know?
Right.
It's like I'm sexually attracted to you, and then you start learning about each other, and then you're like, oh, I hate your personality. And then you
You're like,
and then you try to
but
keep
now I'm
making it work.
attached. So
yeah,
now
exactly.
what?
And then you're stuck. So right now it's like
Then you push it out for one more year until
Yeah.
you're like, I can't do this.
like you just keep running it until it breaks. And so all we have is each other's personalities. So just the fact that we've made it work for 2 years is very promising. We're both not like trying to be like too attached. Like we're not going to be like, oh, like I know this is going to work out, because we don't.
What about if you flew all the way there and then like to surprise her and you walked in and she was just fucking another dude right when you walked in?
What if she's like really bad at giving blowjobs? It's like
It's
the
all
worst
she
head.
Just doesn't
you've
even
ever
know how
had.
to like find the dick. Like it's missing.
What if it's just the worst sex you've ever had?
She's just like licking your belly button the whole time and just like glancing up at you.
What about she tells you even worse? She doesn't give blowjobs.
No,
I don't do
we're
that.
past that. that's not in
No.
the cards.
I don't suck. The
No.
penis.
We have Zoom sex, Ben. Okay.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
So you guys
Zooms-
technically have already had sex.
z-
Did you
any
just
shit-
like
I don't know.
send a little
Yeah.
comment like I came sent?
Why do you keep sending eggplants?
It's just all day eggplants.
Yeah.
Send the link.
Gosh, that's the weirdest thing. Maybe so maybe that's the secret, you know, getting to know a girl and liking her personality.
Ben's like, I never
think
tried
there's-
that.
There's something to it.
Yeah, I've been keep hearing about this personality thing.
No,
I was
I
like,
think
is that in their titties or is that underneath? Where do you find it?
Is that a synonym for cleavage?
Yeah.
Can you tell us? You bought the thesaurus.
what
Personality.
Cleavage, personality.
Is that what she does? If
personality?
you're really good at eating like pussy, she's like, oh, you have a personality now. Like, how do you find it? You do a really good job.
Ben's
know how to
over
find the
here
clitoris.
just hooking up with married polyamorous cougars.
You've been hooking up with the polys?
Sorry, am I not supposed to spill that
dabble.
yet?
You dabble in polys?
Normally, I go into detail on the Patreon, but this is in public, so I keep it casual.
I'm sorry, we can
So we
edit
can
this
talk
out.
about my relationships.
No, I don't edit this. I don't care. But no, I met a couple of women's that are in the poly lifestyle. But before I even did this, back in Mass, I was dating a girl that was poly, so it's not like it's new for me. It's just, it's more convenient, honestly. Because, like, then I don't have the pressure of being, like, someone's in a you get a relationship with someone, and it's like, and you're super monogamous, and it's like,
You have the FOMO.
no, not even the FOMO. Like, it's like you have to be one person's like everything. You have to
Yeah.
hang out with them all the time. You have to be there for emotional support if
Yeah.
you guys have.
Not
kids,
if you're
like,
not dating
financial-
someone that isn't needy as fuck.
Well, yeah,
But
especially
it
at
just-
today's age. Like,
but, like-
so many people are so needy today.
But then you just spend all the, like, everyone just like spends all the time together, and it's like it's all weird as fuck. It's like I don't need to be that much pressure, and I can't expect like one person to provide all of those things for me at all times. Like, it's a lot.
Yeah.
So it's just like, yeah.
Yeah, dude, like open relationships and poly is interesting because like we've done that too, obviously. And she had like a solid boyfriend for a good while, and so I had to like I met the dude and everything.
You met the dude?
Yeah, like on Zoom. It's like,
That's-
hey, dude. Like,
Oh,
we're
interesting.
both trying to smash the same chick. Like,
He's
this
like,
is
"But
fun.
He's like, I'm actually getting it though.
You can see
He's
that
like,
little twinkle in his
"How's your
eyes.
Zoom sex?
Yeah, fag.
She's like, yeah, she gives mom head. You wouldn't know, but I do.
She just calls you while they're having sex and just like, hey.
I wanted to tell you something.
I miss
I wonder.
you so.
I read one of your poems the other day.
It got me so hot, so I called this guy.
It got me
I was so
hot, so
turned on.
I called this guy.
Every time I read your work, I get so turned on.
She's like, don't worry. I call him Jason during sex.
I can record it and send it to you.
You know what?
This
Honestly,
is fun.
if in that situation, if she was saying my name while she was having sex with that other dude, I'd be like, that's fair.
He knows.
That's pretty fucked up. That'd be hilarious, though. Long distance is crazy.
Dude, it sucks. It sucks. So
I tried to do a long distance relationship with a girl that lived 45 minutes away.
Yeah.
I was like, this is a lot. Like,
This
I'm
is
like,
too much.
Yeah, she lived in the college town in Fort Collins, and I moved down to Denver. It's like a 45-minute drive. I'm like, listen, this is look, I gotta get in the car and drive. Like, come on,
Yeah, man.
We can have Zoom sex, but
You should try 9,000 miles. It'll really open you up.
oh my gosh, no. I'd just be like, listen.
Yeah, no, I like, we both wanted to end it. We just couldn't.
Man, maybe this is a relationship that's gonna work.
Oh, I think it will. Like, I have so much confidence in it because it's been so hard. Like,
Yeah. I'm like, man, I could barely talk to a girl like over like this is like 10 minutes away. I'm like, I'm sick of this girl. I need to find something different. But 3 years, man. What's the longest relationship you've ever been in, Holly?
Me, almost 2 years. So like 10. No, that's not almost 2 years.
It's
Yeah, 10 months. That's like the longest.
That's almost 1 year.
Wait, let me see.
You said that's not 3 years at all.
August, September,
You should have
October,
bought the math
November,
book, not the
December,
thesaurus.
January, February.
or a calendar. You need a calendar.
Oh yeah, so it's like only a year and a half. It was like a year and 7 months, 8 months.
Oh man,
What's your longest?
that's a great question. I'm gonna be
6 days?
6 dates?
Days.
What am I, virgin? 6 dates. What are we taking it slow? Let's see. So I've never really been in like a serious relationship in my entire life. I've probably dated some girls for like 3 or 6 months or so. We kind of got into it, but
3 years, 6 months.
No,
Is that
no.
a time frame?
I said 3 to 6 months.
Oh, I was like, I probably 3 years, 6 months, same thing. I was like, what?
It's all the same to me.
Those are
I dated
two
this girl for
very
like 6 months or
different
3 years.
One day, 3 years. I just wake up.
I'm
3 years gone
married.
by. I've had 4 kids. This is like what? Nah.
I'm drinking O'Doul's.
You know how it is, O'Doul's.
My life sucks.
Too many O'Doul's. You wake up the next morning. Like, what happened?
All of a sudden you got 3 kids. You totally resent it.
What if there was a non-alcoholic beer that just made you really horny? So you just had a bunch of kids. It was like, oh, I had too many of those beers again, but it was just because
I believe it's called kombucha.
kombucha
sure.
doesn't make
Almonds make you horny.
Almonds make you
almonds.
Yeah.
Oh,
That explains why those chocolate covered almonds. I used
Yeah,
to
it
eat
explains a
them.
lot. I tell that to people. And they're
that
like, "Oh,
explains
actually,
a lot
that
about
explains a lot."
myself.
Yeah.
Holly, why are you always eating almonds?
You know.
I just bought a huge bag of almonds.
Yeah.
Just shoveling almonds. In your
Almond
mouth all day.
milk, almond butter.
Yeah, you're really all about those nuts, aren't you? I do.
Turn your mic off.
I do want to
Shut
find a
up.
girl that loves the balls. I feel like that's like one thing that all women can universally agree is no girl has ever been like, fuck the dick, I want the balls. Like,
Just comes over to your house to suck your balls.
Let me just massage those balls. Like, no girl has ever liked balls. Like, the dick is not even a handsome organism, but the balls are
It's
just
an organism.
the balls are just
Organism.
different. The balls. No one's ever liked balls. No one's ever looked at balls and been like, "Oh yeah, dude, fucking let me munch on those balls."
I bet there's some girls out there that have a ball,
Ball
fetish.
tube.
I mean, I've watched a lot of porn. I've never seen one with a ball fetish, unless it's like hitting the balls. The only thing about balls, people are like squishing balls and hitting balls.
Unless it's animal porn and it's a golden retriever. Thanks, I'll be here all week.
What?
Whoa.
Ball fetish. All right.
This is
I'll turn my mic off.
yeah. All right. Maybe you should fly
That was
back.
just so good.
Fly back to San Francisco.
Dude, so
You'll
you
fit
can
right in.
stay in my bathroomless, showerless Airbnb. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
I thought it was
showerless
a-
Airbnb.
Yeah, you said it was a 2-star hotel, but you didn't have your own bathroom.
It was.
which-
They said shared bathroom in the description, so I'm like, oh, it's probably gonna be like a Jack and Jill or whatever. Nope. It was a long hallway, and there was just one bathroom or two bathrooms at the end of the hallway, and then one shower on each side. And like anytime I had to like brush my teeth or anything, I just had to like take like a trek to like the bathroom.
You didn't have like a sink in your room or anything?
No,
like
I had
They
nothing
didn't
in my
give you
room.
like a tricycle to ride down the hallway.
that? If it was Austin, there would have been like 17 scooters lined along the hallway.
There's a bunch of lives outside your
You
door.
would've just been
And it
able to take
wasn't
a-
like that far. I'm just so lazy. And like my phone was my room key. So if I didn't have my phone on me, I would lock me out of my room. So if I like went to the bathroom and forgot my phone, I would just be locked out of my room.
What do you mean it was your room? It had like a fob that read your phone or like...
It was like an app that you had to scan your phone against the door in order to get in. So anytime my phone was
That's
dead,
scary.
I just was locked out of my Airbnb for like hours until I charged it.
I feel like that seems like a terrible idea because if you're like out and then your phone gets stolen, fuck.
Yeah, you're fucked. Now
Like-
you don't have a
Yeah.
home
Yeah,
either.
when I was in Mexico and my phone got stolen, that would have been very
yeah.
inconvenient.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I would have just been like, well, now I'm phoneless and homeless.
You had to stay
I'm
with
just
one of
now
those
Mexican.
It's your
girls.
spitting rhymes.
Yeah. Like I'm now just the richest Mexican.
They did have free bagels though, free bagels and free coffee. So,
Did it come with any schmear?
huh?
Schmear.
What is schmear?
For the bagels, some schmear.
What is that?
Schmear.
You don't like some spread, some schmear.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Some strawberry spread.
Some spread, some strawberry schmear.
What were we talking about before we started talking about?
Boofing.
No, that was a while ago. Yeah.
How far back we going?
Long-term.
So,
Long-distance
so this
relationship?
girl. Oh yeah. So we started talking about the girl you're talking to
Yes.
in New Zealand. So what do you like? What do you guys have in common? Is she like also write and stuff like that, or?
She's yeah. So that's kind of how we found each other. She was also writing poetry on Instagram.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so there's like poetry communities or whatever on there. They're super toxic. Don't.
I was about to say.
It's horrific. Like, it's so bad. I started writing a script about it because it's hilariously bad. But yeah, that's how we met, and she's really funny too. And she's done stand up like here and there.
Oh, nice.
She doesn't do it like seriously or anything, but she's done it, and she makes me laugh so much. Like she's really funny and super smart.
There's
But-
definitely like a connection between people who can like do creative writing and then people who can do,
Exactly.
because that's how I started. Like I used to just write all the time and stuff. So then I was like, maybe I could do this.
Yeah.
So it aligns.
Yeah, no, it helps to have someone that like can motivate you like intellectually and creatively, and that's also can make you laugh.
Oh,
like that's
this
yeah.
is so sweet.
Man.
Usually we just talk about balls.
Yeah, I tried to bring up the balls, and you guys weren't having it. You guys were like, whoa, take it easy.
Jason's like,
We're talking
and
about
then-
personality.
and we were connected, and it was so beautiful. And Ben's like, I just want someone who's into the ball.
But what about people who have a fetish for
But
balls?
what about the ball?
I'm just a man of the people, you know. I'm here for the lowest common denominator people.
I feel like when you fall in love one day, you'll even though you're older than me by a lot, I'm gonna give you these wise lessons.
Yeah, what year do
feel
we
like
think Ben will actually fall in love?
I don't know. Let's play some bets
This place.
What's the over under?
tomorrow.
I've been in love once. I think so.
Never again.
If you have to think so, then you weren't. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know shit. Truthfully,
Yeah, first of all-
I had one relationship that lasted a year and 6 months, and it ended on April Fool's Day. Silly.
Wait, who ended it?
He did.
Did you think it was a joke?
No, I knew it was real. It was a long time coming.
Did you cry?
Of course.
Was that a joke?
I think I did. I didn't tell you the story. No, we were long distance. So he broke up with me like the night we went to a mic, and then we came home, and then he started crying, and I'm like, uh-oh.
He started
And then-
crying.
Yeah, and then
That's
I don't want to
another
like
trouble.
I don't want to like say it's too, I don't want to like be disrespectful or whatever, but because it's sad, you're ending a relationship. So then, but then I was like, I didn't want him to drive home. He lives an hour away, and I'm like, I can't like just like let this kid just get in his car all sad. It's like rainy out. Like this could be really bad. So I was like, you can stay over. So we're just lying there
man.
post breakup
That's
all
worst.
night, just like waking up crying, going back to sleep, waking up crying. One of us starts crying, the other one starts crying. We're just like,
Oh my god! I thought you were gonna say like you guys had like one last hurrah. You know, you're like, fuck it. We know this is over.
oh god, there
Let's
was
bang it
no.
out one more
we
time.
couldn't-
She went straight for the balls.
We couldn't. Yeah, I was balling, but it was a different type of ball.
Could you imagine if you broke up with somebody and then finally sucked their balls?
Like,
Just like crying.
oh, these salty
This is what you
balls.
could have had if you weren't such
My
a
whole
dick.
body is just like shaking because I'm crying. I'm just like, it's like I like that. Keep going, keep going.
This is the best hand job you've ever given.
We should get back together.
Is that a shake weight?
Oh, the shake
Yeah, and then I went to the gym the next morning and I just sprinted on a treadmill and I was still crying. So whoever was next to me on the treadmill must have been like, this girl has some things to work out.
Oh my! That's so funny that he started crying though. That's
That's like pretty normal, Ben. men can cry.
and do they though? Is that-
There's these things called emotions, Ben.
so wait, so tell me more. Is that like when you run out of ice cream at or like what?
Like
I
after
don't
you know
know.
how you're talking about
I feel
after
like
you eat
that's
the
like
whole Ben and Jerry's.
the only time men are allowed to cry is when their a relationship is ending.
Really? Oh, I guess.
What if he was just stone faced? He was just like, yeah, we're breaking up.
I mean, anytime I would never let that person see me sweat like that. Like when I was a kid, my brothers used to beat me up, and then I would just laugh, and then I'd run away in my treehouse and cry by myself.
See?
But I would never let them see me cry. That's the rule.
yeah,
Can't
yeah.
let another man see you cry.
Yeah, you can't let another man.
Isn't that that's like a cultural thing though, right? Because isn't it like you can't cry at a funeral if you're a man?
No, I cried at a funeral.
Oh.
I've cried at 2 funerals this year. But
I jack off if you.
I skeet on the people. The reason I cry at funerals is because that's what the chicks love.
Wait, do you remember from? This is gonna be so irrelevant to anybody, but I think you should leave when they have the ones with the coffin pops or
Oh
whatever.
my god, yeah. The advertisement. People just falling out of the bottom of coffins.
Anyway,
Go on.
Good stuff. I'm not gonna lie. I tried watching that show. By the way, I tried.
It's a very specific type of humor.
Yeah. I
yeah,
was
you
just
gotta
like-
be in the mood for it.
I
Or
was
just completely insane.
There was probably like a couple of things that made me chuckle, but the majority, overwhelming part of it was very underwhelming. I was like, all right.
Did you watch the first season or the second season?
I just watched the first episodes that came out that popped up on Netflix. But it's
What up?
Jason looks like every high school villain from like a 90s movie. Doesn't he look like every high school
What
movie?
is a high school villain?
Like every high school movie, you know, like in like 90210, there's always like the bad guy in the movie. that's like,
or the boss's son.
yeah, you know, like it's like the cool
Boss.
kid that picks on the small, like the picks on the good guy. And that's what he
I
looks like.
guess.
Yeah, you look like a bootleg Edward Norton.
Yeah, I get that one a lot.
You look like Bradley Cooper gave up on life.
A skinny little bitch, Bradley Cooper.
Baby back.
The before American Sniper, Bradley Cooper.
You look like Bradley Cooper if he was on crack. No, just kidding. R.I.P. Bradley Cooper.
That's
He's-
Silver Linings Playbook.
Bradley Cooper's alive.
Well, yeah, but just
Kidding.
his career.
Oh, I was like, wait, Bradley Cooper died?
Yeah, what the fuck? We gotta stop this podcast right now. That's
I'm gonna look
talk about
that
giving us
up.
something to cry about.
No.
Oh yeah, talking about crying. Speaking of crying.
Speaking of crying,
Let's give
Jesus.
him something.
Oh, I remember Silver Linings Playbook. I used to love that
That's a
movie.
good movie.
It is a good movie. Jennifer Lawrence. Yeah,
Oh, I
she's
had
still
such a
that
crush
show.
on her. She's so hot in that
People
movie.
say I look like Jennifer Lawrence. Is that a lie? One time, the woman I was babysitting for was like, "We watched The Hunger Games last night, and we realized she looks just like you." I'm like, "It's the baby face, isn't it?"
Word, Jennifer Lawrence. That's where we're going with this.
I'm like, besides the baby face, what part of Jennifer Lawrence looks like me?
She's a female.
She's also got hair and stuff. Yeah, no, J Law. She had it going for a moment.
She
And
did.
then- Remember when that there was that leak of all like the celebrity nudes? They called it the fappening.
Happening.
Do you
I feel like I do remember
you
that.
remember the fappening?
No.
Which, by the way,
Ben's
might be-
like, it was a warm Tuesday.
I'll never forget.
Seems like an important moment in your life.
It's
in
kind of
March.
cloudy. But no, there's a then they called it the fappening, and they dropped like a bunch of celebs nudes or whatever.
Was that the sex tape with Selena Gomez and Justin Bieber?
I did not see that part.
Or there was like a pic. I remember
Wasn't
on
that, like, child
Facebook there
porn?
was like there was like a picture and it was just Justin Bieber fucking Selena Gomez. It probably wasn't real, but I was like
I don't know if that one ever came out.
too
but
young to see it, and I was like,
I
ah.
don't think I wanted to watch that. I'm like, I don't trust these ages. How old is Selena Gomez, anyways?
She had to have been like in her like she was like late teens or 20s by then.
I thought she was just like
Like
16
20s.
forever.
How old is Justin Bieber?
He's like almost 30.
God, that's so
No,
weird.
he's not.
Yeah, he's
No.
like old or
Older. The Biebs, he's got to be like 20, like 6.
no way. He was 26 like 10 years ago.
Oh
No.
my gosh.
I gotta look this up now.
Yeah, we gotta look this up.
No,
I mean,
because when I was like 13. Oh, wait a minute. He was 13. No.
I feel like you and the Biebs are got to be like real close to the same age. I thought he was born in 90, because Jesse does a joke about the astrology. He said from Justin Timberlake to Justin Bieber.
Oh, yeah.
So he's either born in 94 or 96.
I feel like it's 96 for some reason.
What year were you
No,
born?
it's gotta be 94. I'm 97.
Yeah, so it'd be 94, which would make, if it was 94, that would
Maybe
make me 27.
Yeah.
Which, that's about checks out.
Yeah, maybe
that makes
he's probably
sense.
almost 30.
Maybe he'll die. A lot of people die at 27.
The 27 Club, yeah. We always had a debate of what was the better club to die in, the 27 Club or the 33 Club.
The
Who
30.
died at
There's a
33?
33 club?
Yeah,
Who's the
who's
33
that one
club?
got?
Well, I think it's headlined by
Can we,
Jesus.
Can we do a draft?
So Jesus
Yeah, number
is
one
the-
pick for
Yeah,
sure.
he's really out there killing
Yeah,
the
yeah.
33 Club. But there's like a bunch. There's like some other people that died at 33 too. If you look it up, it's like there's some. I think Chris Farley died at 33,
Okay.
and yeah, some other people. Maybe John.
I love how you went
Belushi.
from Jesus to Chris Farley.
Uh-oh.
I mean, pretty much.
Watch
the
out,
same.
That's pretty
Jesse.
much God.
Yeah, Jesse's about to turn 34. He's got till December, so if he can make it till then, I
That's
can't believe
crazy.
I'm about to be 32. I can't even believe that. I'm only like 4
Never
or 5
even been in
months
love.
Wait, when do you turn 32?
in February.
Oh, that's not almost.
Yeah,
It's like a while away.
Yeah, that's like halfway.
How
like
old are you?
6 months.
What are you at?
27.
27.
Yeah.
Okay, so you still got time to die.
Yeah, I could die.
You still got
I
time
could go for a
to
little
die.
die soon.
There you go. All right, well, just keep talking shit. We'll see if you make it out. But yeah, I feel like you got to be famous before dying at 27 makes you cool though.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm not cool enough to die right now.
Yeah, I still have a chance for the 33 Club, so I'm gonna really blow it up these next 2 years and see if I get big enough to call it quits at 33. That'll be pretty legit. I don't know. Have you ever felt like you were never gonna be old? Like I've always never felt like I saw myself living to like 80 or 90 or like even 75. Like I always just felt like I was gonna be like 50 and be like, man, this has been fun.
I was born an old man. Like I came out of the womb and I was like, I'm already 80.
Like drinking scotch and like
Yeah.
yelling at the
Writing-
neighbors.
writing
Get off my
sonnets.
lawn. Yeah, exactly. Like I wrote a book of sonnets. Who the fuck does that? What is this like?
Hey.
Did you get
1550?
bullied in high school? Not like trying to. Just,
No, I
just
was-
genuinely curious.
No, I was actually like kind of cool in high school.
Did they know you wrote sonnets?
No, I didn't write sonnets in high school. I hated poetry in high school.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
What got you into poetry?
Well, I was studying creative writing in college, and I took a poetry workshop class. So you write a poem, you read it to the class, people critique it. They're like, "This sucks. This is good. I like this. Whatever." And so I was like, "How do I get a good grade but also make it funny?" So I picked a sonnet, which is a really formal poem, and you got to put a lot of work into it. And I just wrote about taking a shit. I read it to the class, and everyone was like, "This is great." So I just kept doing those, and then I had like 10 of them by the end of the semester or whatever. And I was like, "All right, I should just write a collection of these." So I wrote like 80 of them.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, and then I published it on Amazon, and
Oh,
that was
what?
that. So,
Yeah.
Do you like get money for it? Do people buy it?
Yeah.
Hell
I
yeah.
sell it out of the back of my car when I give Uber rides.
I want a copy of this.
I'll
How
get
do
you
I
one.
get this?
Yeah, I'll get you one.
You and Ollie both have that in common. You guys are both authors.
Mine a little less impressive.
Yeah, Ollie, tell Jason about your book.
When I was 13, I published a children's Christmas story. It very much looks like a 13-year-old wrote it. But if you want a copy, there's stacks in my basement.
I would love a
because-
copy. I'd be honored.
Let's do a book exchange. The LonelyMans book club.
Fuck yes.
Ben, you got to write a book now.
Apparently, there's this thing called a 30-day book challenge where you write a book in 30 days. So I'm gonna join this 30-day book challenge starting in like maybe January.
Who's doing this?
I'm gonna do it myself.
You're just gonna write a book.
Sponsored by Adderall.
You're gonna write like a fake book. I mean, are you gonna write like fiction or like about
Yeah, what
your
do you-
life?
No.
A fake book.
I'm gonna
It
write.
should be called How to Love by Beth.
Just get a girl who likes the balls.
Just kidding. Yeah, just
Chapter
kidding. What's
1,
over?
the balls. Chapter
trimming
2,
them properly for sucking.
cougars. Chapter 3, don't get attached.
Chapter 4, Never Feel.
Chapter
Hide in the
5.
treehouse if you feel like you're about to cry.
Don't
What are
let anyone see you
emotions?
cry.
I want to write a book. Another book.
I could write a book. What would I write a book about? That's a great question. Whatever I would, it'd be a bestseller.
I feel like you've had an interesting life.
I could write like a biographical book, but I feel like I'm gonna write a motivational book.
Oh no,
But
you're gonna write a self-help book.
A spoof
no.
motivational book. It's
That
just-
would actually be funny.
I'd
yeah,
actually
like a
like
satire
that. I
self-help
could
book.
see you
it's gonna
doing
be
that.
satire self-help.
That's actually a really good idea.
I'm just gonna be making fun of all of the things because I can't stand when I fucking everything that people post on Instagram makes me want to throw up. It's those of all the fucking bootleg ass motivational quotes that people write.
Dude,
and
especially
shit.
when it's like an 18-year-old girl and all she did was get a big ass and then she's giving you life advice.
Yeah, I'm like, what? Just because you got a million fans for doing a TikTok dance, and now you can tell me how to fucking live my life?
Yeah, it's
There-
like, what?
Fuck out of here.
There's a meme that's like, "Love your body, guys," and then in the background it's like the drawers, and they're all like, "Whirr," like they're all distorted because she
Yeah.
did so much editing on her body.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't trust any of those motherfuckers. So I don't believe in any of that.
What are
So-
you gonna call your satire motivational book?
Oh man, that's a great question. It's gonna be.
It'll come to you. You got to write it first, and then it'll come to you.
That's
That's
how
no.
it'll come.
This is a good idea. You should just write it, and it'll just be like basically a how-to guide on how to ruin your life. But you'll market it as a self-help book. It'll be like
Yeah.
how the fitness industry makes you like not really that fit.
Tell
or
your
yeah.
girlfriend
the
she's
health industry or
wrong.
whatever.
It's just gonna be like the whole thing is just gonna be based off of just like living your life as a open mic comic and using that as the relation for success. It's like you've already made it when you showed up. Why are you trying? Trying is the first
God.
step to failure. You can't fail if you don't try.
Ben's diet book. You want to start with a whole box of frozen Snickers.
Listen, all right.
Ben and Jerry's for breakfast.
First, you don't eat breakfast. That's where you fucked up. You don't eat
You
breakfast.
don't eat all day, and then at night you panic, realize you haven't eaten. You get Chipotle, and then just a whole tub
It's
of
called
ice cream.
intermittent fasting. You need to try it.
Yeah.
I'm actually
You
starting
fast?
my first day of intermittent fasting today. Thank you.
Did
You're
you?
welcome.
Yeah. Are you really trying intermittent fasting?
Yeah.
So how did you do it? What's your intermittent fasting plan?
Well, I'm just gonna do like I said. Like I was listening to this podcast that said, if you wait 1 hour after waking up before you eat, and then don't eat 3 hours before you go to bed. I'm like, I could do that. That doesn't
Yeah.
sound like too challenging.
That counts as intermittent fasting?
Yeah. It's like a pretty big window too. It's like a 10
Yeah,
or
'cause
12 hour
if
window.
you sleep for 8 hours, that's 12 hours right there. I try to usually do like 15. Like I'll wake up at 9, I won't eat till noon, and then I stop eating at like 8 or 7.
That's pretty hard.
I start eating, like for example, today I started eating at about 4:20 p.m.
Specifically.
Yeah, that's about it. I wasn't even high. I started eating around then, and now I've already eaten, so I probably won't eat. Now that I don't eat ice cream before bed because it's Monktober, I'm probably just gonna go to sleep on this.
Oh, are you doing Monktober?
Yeah, but I'm doing like a bootleg. I'm doing
Like
like
a fake, like a half-assed Monktober?
Well, I cut out alcohol.
What is
and
it?
I
Wait,
cut
what
out
is
all my
Monktober?
important Monktober. So normally when we did Monktober, last year when we did it, it was me and Jesse, and I think Paul did some version of it. Is you couldn't do no alcohol, no drugs, no weed, no porn, no masturbation, no sex, no drugs, and no sugar.
What about suicide? Is that allowed?
Well, that's the enlightenment at the end. You get through 40, and you do this for 40 days.
For fun, you could just put a plastic bag over your head.
I mean, jeez.
And that's how you win.
I like kind of wish I did sober October. I'm like, nah, I don't need to do that. I drink in moderation.
But now, so this year's version, I'm just doing no alcohol, no drugs, no porn, no masturbation, and no like ice cream or sweets.
Okay.
So I did have a ginger beer. So I guess that counts as a sweet, but like no like sweet treats or anything, like no cookies, candies, or ice cream that I normally.
When
have.
did this start? When did you start doing this?
October 1st.
How are you feeling?
I feel pretty good, except for the fact that I sleep like 5 hours a night, so that's not as convenient.
But you can still smoke weed, right?
I haven't been buying weed actually, so I haven't been smoking weed like at all.
Oh.
Surprisingly, I've been smoking very little weed since this happened. I've probably smoked about 5 times this month, which I normally smoke like multiple times every day. So for me, I'm on a much less smoking.
The thing with any of those like know this, know that things, I always take it way too far too fast. Like I go way like too drastic in the beginning and then I can't maintain it. So I'm just trying to like do just really light moderate, because I'd rather do like a light moderation than be like, I'm gonna do a 6-hour eating window and like just you know just fucking kill myself.
Like overshoot your goals, because then you just get discouraged and you're like fuck it all, and
and then you just end up just
shoveling
like
ice cream up your butthole. All of
that.
Shovel
Boofing
boofing
Ben and Jerry's.
That's chapter 2 in my book. How do you know?
You ever boof mint chocolate chip?
You have a problem.
Talk about a night
Ben
out.
and Jerry's?
So you're boofing cookie dough. That's when you know you're real.
Fish food.
You can't tell. Is this coming in or going out? I don't know. Gross.
There's a lot of human shit on the ground in San Francisco.
I know. Bad.
It's weird.
There's
I was like, there's no way that's a dog. That is
People
not.
just like shit on the sidewalk, and then it's like $1 million to live like in a basement or like a closet.
What is it, like homeless people just taking a shit on the ground?
Yeah.
Why?
No, it's actually investment bankers.
There's people staying at Airbnbs that have 1 bathroom per floor.
The question is though, like, why isn't there more? There's a bunch of homeless people here. I don't see a lot of human shit.
I
on the
know,
ground.
it's
so,
weird.
Like, what is it about there? Like, I went to LA. I didn't see shit everywhere.
It was my first time seeing it.
Just like, was it like how?
Actually,
like,
that's not true.
was it?
Also, New York does, but like,
there's a lot of human. I didn't see that in New York either.
I've seen some in New York.
Huh? Maybe I'm just going to the wrong
But
place.
San Francisco was like I was literally checking my shoes. I was like, I've never before had to check my shoes for human shit. It was disgusting.
Yeah, no, that's not. Man,
It's not good. It's not good.
It's pretty
it's
shitty.
not ideal.
I mean, it's not what we're looking for in the city.
It's really not helping the property values.
It is though. That's the thing. That's what
No,
makes
it's like
sense.
certain areas. Like there's like nice areas, and then there's areas where it's just trash and poop.
Just poop everywhere.
And that's where my Airbnb was, just trash poop street.
I've been to trash
Corner
poop
of trash
street.
and poop.
That's right there by the gondolas, right? Right up trash poop street.
Brown circle.
Yeah, trash poop is just when
Troop.
garbage punks have anal sex. They call it trash poop. It's a Gen Z thing. You guys would know.
It's a polyamorous type of activity.
When garbage, what is it? Garbage punk? Is that like someone that like pretends to be poor?
You know, like those people.
Like
that are
intentional
all
poverty?
garbage. Like, you know that thing, like the Gen Z thing, they call themselves garbage.
Oh,
kind of
I'm
thing.
trash.
Yeah,
Trash
I'm
poop.
trash. Yeah, that's those things. Garbage punk. That's what I call them.
I'm poop on the street.
I always wanna
I
know-
identify as San Francisco street poop. I'm
What?
surprised there aren't like drinks named after it. That's how much there is. Would you like a shot of the San Francisco shit?
I always want to know what happened in your life shortly before you found yourself shitting in the street. Like,
Yeah,
where did it go wrong?
Drugs.
It
You could-
can't
that-
all be drugs.
That could be your book. You could just
But the
interview
weird
people who
thing
shit
is-
on the street.
use that.
It could be called "Why Do I Shit on the Street" by
But
Ben
you don't
Bowe.
get to hold the microphone. Don't touch me. But
Why do I shit on the street? Well, let me tell you.
I'd read it.
I don't think I would ever ask.
You could make a blog post. 5 reasons why I switched to shitting in the street. 1, it's more sustainable.
I don't have to
Two,
flush.
I fertilize the earth myself. I save water. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
There's my whole thing is I've always wondered, I had this question now and I was gonna ask it, but now I forgot it.
It'll come back.
Yeah, it'll come back.
It
Well,
always
fuck.
does.
I really want to. Motherfucker. Okay.
All right, we're talking about trash poop.
I thought about the question you were asking, by the way, yesterday. Would you rather be Robert Horry or Karl Malone? And I know yesterday I said Karl Malone, but I'm switching my answer to Horry.
Okay.
Because I think you have to take in more than just the basketball into account here.
Okay, first of all, backstory for Holly because she has no idea what that means.
I don't know what either of those people are.
So here's the thing: Karl Malone is like he was a really good NBA basketball player, but he never won a title. He kept losing to Michael
Like
Jordan.
one of the best players of
Oh,
all
One of the
time.
best
okay.
players of all time, like 50 top greatest players, made a bunch of money, made it to the Hall of Fame, like was on the dream team, all the stuff, except for he never won an NBA title.
All right.
But this guy, Robert Horry, he was like
Big
a
shot,
bench
Bob.
player, and he played like on really good teams. So he would just be like on the bench. He was never the best player. He was like he never really did anything, but he just happened to be on really good teams, and he won more championships than Michael
He
Jordan.
won
Isn't that just
7
life?
championships.
Yeah,
He
so
just
was
lucked
just
his
like-
way into 7 championships.
Yeah, so
What?
so he never made an All-Star team. He's not going into the Hall of Fame. He didn't make all the money. He was never the greatest player, but all the teams he played for were just really good. And he
7 points
won
a game
7
career.
championships. So it's like this question: would you rather be like the best player and like never win a championship, or would you rather be just like another guy on the bench and win 7 championships?
No, I'd rather be the best player and not win a championship.
So you'd rather be the Karl Malone.
it's like a philosophical question of like individual versus team, you know?
Yeah. So,
Eh.
what
Or
would you-
like needing people to see your success versus
Or,
not.
yeah, like
Yeah.
just like your
Knowing that
perspective,
you're
like,
doing-
getting the accolades of being the man versus just being okay with like being a part of something bigger than yourself.
Well, I feel like if you knew you were good, then it wouldn't really matter if you had like the.
Well, and the NBA does. That's the way you know you're good is by getting those accolades. Like by getting, if you like, for example, like the way that NBA contracts work is like if you make a certain amount of All-Star teams or you make like All Pros, you're the max amount of money your team is allowed to pay you goes up. So like there's literally like you're literally better and more financially well off. Like if you have those accolades.
Yeah, so Karl Malone's got way more money. He's way more recognizable, but I don't want to be recognizable, so that's why I'd rather be Horry. Also, it's like we got to take health into question here because Malone's got to be depressed. You get that close that many times. I mean,
Just never.
NBA edging.
or he's got to be the happiest man on earth, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I want that happiness.
What time is it? We gotta go sign up for Kill Tony soon.
Yeah, what time is it?
No, it's we started.
Speaking
at
of not
5:30.
getting recognized.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah, no, we started. At
Austin's
5:30,
only
so
opportunity.
we got like 8 more minutes left. You can make
Okay,
it.
cool.
Yeah, that's the only way to make it in Austin comedy is Kill Tony.
Yeah, it really
right?
is. Yeah.
That's like the only gig in town. Which,
I mean, you can make it.
It's not the
just-
only
yeah, It's not the
way.
only way.
It's
It's
being
just,
You could do
sarcastic.
old,
Like, that's how people
oh.
treat it. Like, yeah, if I don't make it to Kill Tony,
Yeah.
I'm never gonna blow up here.
I mean, it does help.
it helps for sure.
No, it
but-
does. But at the same time, I've just realized about comedy. It's like, yeah, you get on, even like no matter what's like the best show you get on, you're still just like doing another comedy set. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, at the
Yeah,
end of
for
the
sure.
day, like you look at even someone like Hans, like blowing up and doing like the Kill Tony and being mentioned on Rogan. Like still living out of a van. You know?
Yeah, like, what does it really
and,
do,
Yeah, and
you
it's
know?
not even like hating, but I'm just saying like a lot of people like comedy wise, like they think like, and I remember Jerry Seinfeld talks about this at one point. He's like, I always thought there was gonna be some like show that I did that was gonna make me like I'm a comic. And he's like, I remember when I was coming up, all these comics that I used to look up to, and I did this show with them in New York, and I was like at this big old theater. And he's like, I thought like I was looking forward to the show because after the show, it's like I made it, I'm here, I'm a comic, I arrived. He's like, and I got there. He's like, and those older comics, like, they didn't even talk to me. They didn't give a fuck about me.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I did the show and went right back to my life, and nothing had changed.
Yeah,
and
no,
kind of
it's
how
so
I look At,
true.
like, most things, and like,
For sure.
Kill Tony's the same way. Like, sure, it helps and it's cool, and you might get some more followers and stuff, but like, you're still gonna be where you're at.
You're playing the long game.
It's like 5 seconds of like fame. It's like, oh, this is crazy, and
Yeah.
people are messaging me, blah blah, and then it just all goes away, and I return to my job selling bread.
Yeah, pretty much.
You sell bread that I could get from free from a bakery.
Dude, that bread is so good.
Yeah.
Keep getting more of that free bread.
It's legit. I got a bunch of free bread from a bakery, so I've just been making sandwiches like heavy.
Just shoving Sammys
I
in your
feel
mouth.
like you're one of those people that have really good luck. Like, you just walk outside and they just happen to be giving away like 6 loaves of free bread. Like, who else does that
I'm
happen
gonna hang
to?
with this guy.
Yeah, I got the bread.
You
No,
definitely have good luck.
I
Like,
definitely have a good luck. I am the 7th of 8 children born on the 7th. You can't make that shit
Ah.
up. Naturally, just still got it, you know? I don't know. I don't really believe in luck like that, though, honestly. I've always felt like
Maybe it's the positive vibes. You just it just attracts
It's the energy.
if I feel like if you like things, just certain things happen. Like I've always found though, like people that are miserable, like always have miserable things happen to them. You ever
You
notice,
can you can manifest it. That's the thing is if you're always miserable and you have that attitude of like poor me, like you're gonna manifest terrible things happening to you all of the time.
Yeah, that's
just
what I'm
how.
saying.
Yeah.
So like for me, I feel like it's kind of the exact opposite. Like I'm always like happy and good, and then I'm like good things happen. I'm like fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And I fist bump
No,
myself.
you definitely like create your own reality to a degree.
The manifesting thing. People have taken the manifesting thing way too far. Like I get it, but the
People take everything
it does
way
work
too far.
though. Like
what's up?
there's been times I've like gone back and like read things I wrote like either like a year ago or a couple months ago. I've been like manifesting like me in my apartment in Austin, like blah blah blah, before like months or like a year or something before I moved. Like when
It's
you
crazy,
just like
the work.
you just like all right, I like posted like pictures of like shows I wanted to do and like Kill Tony was on there, like just like stuff
Vision
like
board.
that. Yeah, like the
No,
vision
that stuff
board and
does work.
shit.
I'm not saying it doesn't, but people will be like, yeah, I'm manifesting some abs. I'm like, bro, you've eaten 6 pizzas and don't know what a gym is. Like, you can't just drink beer and eat like 17 pizzas.
But you're just talking about a loser, man.
and you're just, yeah, dude, I'm about to manifest a 6-pack, dude. Like, the one thing about manifesting that I will say that people don't take into consideration is that whatever you're going to manifest, like there's certain things like that, like moving somewhere or whatever that are possible and you can do that. And I completely believe in that. But when it comes to something like being successful in comedy and like getting those things, if you're going to manifest something, you have to truly believe it, right?
Yeah,
And the
for sure.
repetition of the act makes you believe that it's possible for you. But if you're like lying to yourself,
That's a whole
then
different
you don't
thing, yeah.
believe it, then you can't manifest anything. If you're like, oh, I'm going to have a 6-pack abs, and then you like go eat 17 pizzas and go sleep on the beach at all, and you're like, deep down, you're like, I'm not going to get these abs. But you're just saying it. And I think
There's a difference between saying it and actually manifesting it.
actually like believing.
Well, you're sort of like I feel like the purpose of manifesting is like when you write it down, it makes it seem really possible. So then it makes you go towards it more because
Well,
you're
and
like, oh, I could
subconsciously,
do this.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's the thing. But then you start going towards it, and you're going to start noticing when you actually believe it, you start doing things, and things start happening. And it's kinda like a
Exactly,
snowball
yeah.
effect. Yeah, there's definitely that. But like, there's people that just are like, yeah, dude, I'm manifesting, bro. Just fucking
There's always those
dude.
people with everything though. Like
Yeah, there
people
are.
take everything too far.
And I'm
Literally
just-
everything. It's
yeah,
so
they're
annoying.
just like, yeah, they're
It's
just
like even like good shit, like with the Me Too movement, like when that started, it was like, oh, this is a good thing, you know, like calling out guys who were being dicks. And then it's like, oh, I had a bad date with Aziz Ansari. It's like everything just gets taken
my
too
God.
far, no
Well,
matter
that-
what.
It was like Taylor Swift sued somebody $1 for touching her butt. She like took him to court
Yeah.
and like sued
Did
him.
she really?
I'm like, I am owed a lot of dollars. I went to
Yeah.
I went to school in
I
Long
could make a
Island.
career
I
out
went
of
to a
that.
lot of trashy bars.
Man, I'd have to pay up. I was an asshole. A lot of dudes, I'm not going to lie. When I was in high school, I was smacking a lot of dudes' asses on the football team.
you ever see that Key and Peele skit?
When they smack ass.
So let me get that ass.
Let
Let me get that slap ass.
Slap ass?
Let me
Slap
get that
ass?
slap ass.
Such a good skit. But before that ever happened, when I was in high school, I was on the football team and I got hurt like 2 games into my senior year. And so I just go to like practices and I'd just be like injured on the sidelines. And so all my friends would be like about to go in the game, like they're all like there. And I would just like, and there'd be like, you know, how people smack each other's ass, but I'd do it super hard. I'd be like, good game, let's go. And then I'd just like walk away. And then it got out of hand because then like we started doing it to each other like in the hallways and stuff like that. Like we would just be like walking, you'd be walking down the hallway and someone would just run up on you and just like, bah, I'd be like, good game, like let's go. And it got way out of hand. It became a thing. And then like some girls wanted to get involved. And then one girl was like, and like one girl like, and so like girls would like smack the shit out of your ass when you're walking, so you do it back, like whatever was the thing.
Yeah.
And then one girl was like, oh my God, you would never do that to another dude. I was like, no, I do it.
That's
Mostly
literally
dudes.
what
This
I
is
do.
literally
That's how
what
it
we did.
started, yeah.
This is how it all began. Like that was the thing. So hopefully you don't have to pay for that because I'm gonna have to. I can't even afford to live here if that's the case. We pay nothing here.
I had a friend who would I like ran track with or whatever, and she would just like cut in front of me, and then like when I wasn't paying attention, just like drop her pants. So I would just like look over and her bare ass, and I was like, "Why?" Are you? It's like, when did that happen?
Yeah, there's something about playing sports with people that just makes it. If you're in a sports team with people,
You just start going crazy.
yeah.
I will stand on this. There is nothing the most gay place in the world is a men's
Oh, for
football
sure.
locker room, and I've never seen more people get humped by other men than in the men's locker room. Like anytime if you bent over anytime in the locker room, like someone was gonna hump you. Like the whole thing it's the most.
Did you ever do that thing where someone would like kneel down behind you and then you push
Them over?
someone over? Like, yeah.
Did we?
Dude,
Did we?
Little League baseball, that's all we did. That was practice. Like that's what we did for practice.
my
That was
God.
it.
Yeah, we did that. Like that. We used to do that to each other. It got out of hand.
Oh,
like, people
so
were
bad.
like- we had problems. Like we used to get everybody.
Yeah.
Like, it
Oh,
wouldn't
yeah,
matter.
yeah.
Just, we should bring that back. Can you imagine some
Open
comics
mic
on stage?
comedy.
Open mic comedy. They're just on stage.
Dude,
That was
get
a
someone
great
on
set,
stage.
man.
Oh my god, that'd be
Just rocking
amazing.
Open mic comics. Oh my god.
Oh my
Bring
goodness.
that back. Well, anywho,
Well-
we're at that time. Jason, tell the people where they can find you or find your work.
You can find me on Instagram at Jason Brendel, JasonBrendel. And you can buy my book. It's called Not Your Average Sonnet on Amazon for the cool and low price of $9.97. You can also go to jasonbrendel.com and read all of the ridiculous shit I put on there. I have a satire website called themadsatirist.com. And yeah, I think that's all.
Man,
Woo.
doing a lot. As always, you can find me at Ben Basunga on Instagram and Facebook. And you have been Holly Johnston, I believe.
Oh, I don't get to plug my social media. At Holly.Johnston _ That's my Instagram. Plus, you can find me on YouTube. Plus, LonelyMans podcast. Check it out. Plus, the Patreon.
And the book, How Santa Gets Ready.
How Santa Gets Ready on Amazon. Order before the holidays.
Pre-order Ben's book.
Yeah,
Pre-
get that
Pre-order
now.
Ben's self-help.
Satire book. Check it out.
Satire.
Patreon /LonelyMans.
Well, thanks for watching.
It's been real, man. Peace.
Bye.